You have to think that a point wasn't enough on Saturday against Fulham. I thought Boro really worked hard, played good football at times. Just a pity there was no cutting edge. I mean, that's been the story of the season, hasn't it? And that's what cost them in the end. Obviously, Mark Schwarzer made 2 or 3 brilliant saves, particularly the one from Tunjai early in the second half. And at the end of the day, Boro just couldn't pull something out of the bag when they needed it. It was a must-win game, and it's put pressure really on the rest of the programme. I thought they couldn't have done much more to try to win it. I think the manager picked the right lineup. There was plenty of attacking players in there. They did knock the ball around well. They kept Fulham on the back foot virtually for the whole of the game. Didn't create enough chances really, but then that was partly down to Fulham's strong defending. They still have a chance of getting into Europe, so they didn't want to lose the game. Obviously they came to be tight organised as they always are and try and nick one at the other end. Almost did it when Andy Johnson's shot was deflected onto the post by David Wheater. The chances that they needed were few and far between. If they'd just managed to put one away, it would have made a massive difference. Couldn't do it. And one point where we're going to have to find out if it was enough. Gareth Southgate came out afterwards and said that Boro needed to win at Newcastle if they were to have a chance of staying up, and really you can't argue with that. They have to win a game that you might regard an unlikely win. Maybe Man United in a couple of weeks' time. That may have to be the one. I would think that 9 points minimum are still needed. It looks as though 39 will be the lowest possible survival total, probably 40 points. Boro can do it therefore with 3 wins, 3 out of 5. Well, can it be done? Arsenal and Man U to start off with. I think most fans would think Boro may not get anything out of either of those games. Certainly that's not the thought in the Boro dressing room. Gareth Southgate said that the players are still totally focused, still believe they can do it, and we may have to win the last 3 games of the season. It can be done, it's been done before. I mean, Fulham staged a tremendous grandstand finish to do it last season, so we shouldn't write Boro off by any circumstances, but it's still going to be a very, very tall order. Really needed to beat Fulham, didn't do it. Created a mountain for themselves to climb, but if the attitude is the same as it was against Fulham, then we shouldn't write them off. So they start off obviously with a trip to Arsenal on Sunday. We know it's going to be hard, it's going to be tough. Boro really haven't got the sort of characters like George Boateng and Lee Cattermole that they've had in the past when they've gone to the Emirates and been capable really of defending, working hard and hopefully holding it. You look at the Boro team is at the moment, you think, well, have they got the strength in midfield? Obviously Matthew Bates is coming through, he'll have a crucial role to play. I think the key will be whether Didier Degarde is regarded as fit enough to start. He could yet have a key role to play in the last few games. If he can come back at Arsenal, play alongside Batesy, then it could make a big difference. We assume that Gary O'Neill will be back after suspension, so the midfield should be very, very strong. Again, Boro are going to have to defend as well as they did against Fulham. Another clean sheet would be absolutely phenomenal. You wonder if Boro are quite capable of going there and winning. You think they probably won't be, but a draw would still be a fantastic result. It would help a little run to develop, and then it'll be all down to Man U the week after. But certainly Southgate and his players will not be writing this game off. They'll go there to battle and scrap as well as they can. It's still going to be very hard. Arsenal playing very well at the moment despite the semi-final defeat. You wouldn't rule them out of finishing top 4 quite comfortably, even with the points they've got. But having said that, they'll want to keep going, they'll want to keep pushing on. They'll see Boro as a game they can win. They'll expect to win it, but then it's up to Boro to show that they've got a bit of battling mettle and they can get something from the game. It is important. Point is needed on Sunday minimum.